Hey guys, I wanted to make this video. Um, I haven't made a video in a really long time, but something really came up, like something really big came up, and I wanted to address it. Uh, just so you guys know, I am still going natural. I have a weave-in. You can see like my hair on top because I cut bangs, so it's kind of short. I am about 6 weeks, I guess, post. I meant 6 weeks, like 6 months post my last perm, and my hair like straightens really well. Anyway, so that's all the updates. I'm still in school. I got about 2 weeks. Okay. And I just came from honors convocation. That's why I'm like dressed like this. Um, a few days ago, my aunt made uh, a status on Facebook, and she said, dot 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 is not hijab, and she said fill in the blanks. So her and a bunch of sisters started. My aunt is Muslim, and her and a bunch of sisters started making fun of other sisters who don't dress in hijab properly. Not really making fun of sisters who don't wear hijab, but making fun of sisters who wear it improperly. They would say, your Gucci scarf pinned up with your neck showing, that's not hijab, lol. And like all these statuses had like lol after it, because they were laughing at them, like literally. And then when someone commented on it, they said that they started getting defensive, saying that we weren't talking about them. We have the right to say what's hijab and what's not hijab. But of course they were talking about them, and like backbiting because they were saying LOL after it. So, um, then I was putting like, and my aunt has a really bad habit of, speaking badly about the kuffar. Excuse me, Mind you, my aunt has been Muslim for almost 3 years now. Like, she hasn't been Muslim all of her life. Like, she's been Muslim for about 3 years. So she's been a disbeliever for more than half her life. My aunt is probably about 35, I guess. And so she's been, a Muslim for way more than half her life. A non-Muslim for way more than half her life. And what I don't understand is, like, she does this all the time. She speaks so badly about disbelievers. She'll say, oh my God, like in a status on Facebook, she'll say, oh my God, I can't believe well, she says kafirs, but whatever. Why are they starting with me today, or I'm just not in the mood for these kafirs today, or things like that. And then she commented on my statuses, and we were going back and forth, and she was telling me to, that I need to learn my deen, that I'm confused and I'm lost, and that I need to get back on my deen, and that I had made a status that said that just because I'm Muslim doesn't mean that I think I'm better than anybody. And especially, disbelievers. Like, I'm not going to say I'm better than anybody, because at the end of the day, like, who am I to say that? Like, only God knows my heart. And my aunt said that the worst Muslim is better than the best kuffar. And I can't, like, I feel like I can't believe that, because I just refuse to believe, like, people who are genuinely good can be worse than, a Muslim mass murderer or a serial killer. Like, I don't understand how the worst kafir is better. The worst kafir is worse. Well, what is it? The worst Muslim is better than the best kafir. Like, I don't understand. And so we went back and forth, like for a really, really, really long time on Facebook. And she hadn't called me, she hadn't texted me, so we were just going back and forth on. And then another sister joined in, and I told that sister, and I'm not proud of this, but I told that sister she can mind her business, because I was talking to my aunt, because I guess she didn't know it was my aunt. So she was saying, don't go back and forth with this girl. Obviously, she's lost. You need to leave her alone. She's lost. Leave her alone. And I'm like, you're encouraging someone to leave me, but you're claiming I'm lost. If you're supposed to be a sister, aren't you supposed to be helping me? Like, aren't you supposed to be like encouraging me? Like, you're telling her to leave me alone because I'm lost. Does that make any sense? And what kills me is like, I don't know, like I just think that my aunt's really like brainwashed by like these Salafi Muslims. Yeah, you can follow Quran and Sunnah, but if you're gonna, there is a Salafi culture, like, and I don't think she understands that. There are, yeah, people who follow Dawah Salafi they claim to follow strict Quran and Sunnah. That's it. It's original, so they use not the Holy Quran, but the Noble Quran, and which they claim is the original Quran, and then they follow, just Quran and Sunnah. They try to follow the correct way. They try to follow the only way that they try to follow the precise way that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, follow. And I just don't understand if they're saying that they're doing that. How then can they break up into a sect when in Islam it says not to break up into sects like the disbelievers? Salafi is a sect. I don't care what they try to call it. Salafi is a way of life. No, Salafi is a sect. And people who follow the Dawah Salafi have a culture, and they have this arrogance behind them. Not all people, but the people who claim to be Salafi are just like, they just think they're better than everybody. And I just want these sisters to understand that, yes, you are a Muslim, and will you probably have God's mercy? Hopefully, inshallah, but you don't know that. So don't treat a disbeliever, that's bad. I mean, don't treat a disbeliever bad because you feel like you have the mercy of Allah on your side because you're a Muslim. Because at the end of the day, you're treating this person bad. What if they never even heard about Islam? What if they never even learned about Islam? People who don't know about Islam are like, they have a better chance of being forgiven because they didn't know. You can't punish somebody for something they didn't know. And how do you think people who were disbelievers became Muslim? By people who weren't. But I mean, how do you think, sorry, I said that wrong. How do you think disbelievers became Muslim? By people who were Muslim, who treated them kindly, not harshly. You're not going to make anybody want to become Muslim if you're treating them so bad. Like, yeah, you don't have to, like, if someone treats you bad, okay, and if they're a disbeliever, whatever. But if someone is genuinely nice and you're going to treat them bad just because they're disbelievers, that's horrible. And what's even worse is the way you talk about people, the way the sisters were talking about people, like actual sisters who just don't cover right. Instead of encouraging them, they were sitting there ridiculing them. That's not okay. And I just want to know, like, what do you guys think about that? Like, sorry, what do you feel like? I don't know, like, I mean, I hope I didn't offend anybody about the whole Salafi thing. It's just that, yeah, if I decide to really, really, really practice Islam, which hopefully I do. If I don't, okay, like, I believe in God. I believe there's one God. I will never go back to believing that that Jesus is God's son. Like, I won't add partners to God because that's just not what I believe. But if Islam is just not for me, okay. But I know that I do believe in it. It's something I believe in. However, I just would never call myself Salafi because, number one, the Quran tells you not to break up into sects like the Christians. So, yeah, I can follow Quran and Sunnah without calling myself Salafi and without gaining that Salafi arrogance. So I just want to know what you guys thought about that. Also, to all the sisters who do backbite and talk about and other sisters, that's not okay because truly only Allah knows your heart. And I had my aunt say to me, well, if you really feared the law and if you really consider yourself Muslim, you would cover. And I just don't believe that at all. Like, I know Allah knows my heart, and I know that it's better for me not to cover if I'm not doing it for the right reasons. She wants me to cover for the right reasons, but she can't, like, you can't force anybody to cover when they're not ready. You know what I mean? And yeah, some people just don't cover for whatever reason, but it's better not to cover if you're not doing it for the right reason than to cover and have it be in vain. So, like, for the sisters who talk about other sisters, or for the sisters who judge people and try to tell, other people that, they're going to go to hell or this and that, Like, stop. Like, be a source of encouragement and a reminder, and that's it. And remember, like, that is your sister or your brother in Islam, and that at the end of the day, you guys are all going to be judged by Allah, and that's it. Like, you're not going to be sitting there judging anybody. You're, like, nothing. You're going to be on that receiving end of the judgment. And God's going to know that you judge somebody. And you're not supposed to, that's not your job. So don't waste your time here judging people for no reason. So that was my rant for the day. So, yes. So, I hope no one was offended. I'm just speaking what happened to me, and yes, I'll be back with other videos. Assalamualaikum.